Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second day of the play-ins. We're actually the last week of the play-ins, I should say. A little more important there. We're watching Walk It Off versus Exposed Secrets to start. But first off, I'm joined today by Mr. Hindu Man.
Why, hello there, Mr. Drybear. Long time no see.
How's it going?
Not too bad, and I'm excited. You know why? Because this is going to be better than NA, because EU is crazy right now in terms of how
They
close
are.
these teams really are.
That's amazing. I mean, realistically, we have a lot of competition here. Now, we saw yesterday the NA play-ins kind of locked in really early on. Obviously, Fat Chunk of Simple and Five Angry Men winning early. Late bloomers were not able to get anything, and Torch, of course, not getting a single win to their name throughout the progress of the play-ins. But today, we've got Walk It Off, Exposed Secrets, Agilitas, and Heroes and Zeros. Agilitas actually being a very high top-tier team, able to make it to the finals and winning one of the weeks of the qualifiers leading up to the Pro League as well. So 3-0, 2-1, and 1-2 are what we're looking at for the top three teams. And a lot of it comes down to how this particular match goes. Because if Walk It Off wins here, it's tough for
Look,
Agilitas.
we could see a three-way tie. We could see a four-way tie still, right? That's
That's
my
right.
hopes. That's my hopes, is
Right.
that me and you, Dry, have to cast the entire day. Like 12 hours. Let's go.
Ooh, let's do it. I'm excited.
We, what just happened in bands?
Is that okay?
What?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Cirquette actually is making her way into league matches very heavily and being performed to incredibly high levels. She has incredible single target damage. She's very good at picking off backside characters. If she gets that last poison that brings you towards her, she can burst you before you end up breaking it.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to have her being banned down. Humble being banned first is interesting, as so is Amir. We do know that there's going to be a lot of engagement between Amir on the side of Walk It Off, but I'm surprised to see these bans go through.
But look at the amount of quality in the picks that are available right now. I mean, Osiris gets picked up, and then in response, we see Giannis and Jean-Qui on the other side. That is an amazing for Walk It Off. I mean, having Giannis in the mid lane, Jean-Qui in the solo lane, that's a nasty team already.
Sure, but I think the biggest thing about Osiris is that you don't really want to see him in a public match. You necessarily don't want him into a competitive match, but at the same time, he is something that is dealable with, just because you know how he works and how he comes at you. We'll see how they decide to deal with it and decide to walk it off. We're gonna get Artemis on there, Junkway and Giannis. Geb most likely be banned out here by Exposed Secrets. Walk It Off has a ban to make. Since they have yet to pick up their mid laner, they may want to ban that through. Scylla is a good choice. Ra available as well. Also very high choices for bans. Across the way, no jungler. I'm sorry, the jungler has been selected, but no solo laner has been selected. So we'll see what they decide to go with. I think Exposed Secrets is just going straight for Geb.
But we'll see what they do. Just go, yeah, you're right. They go
They
straight for
they
Geb.
don't even
Indeed.
think about
They don't
it.
need to think about it overall. It's just like, yeah, well, Geb's banned out. I mean, the Ymir ban, I guess they wanted to leave something open for themselves or leave multiple things open. That's why they got the Osiris through. But now we're back over to Sayo, and we've got a jungler to look at here. Now, it is Rafa. Mercury is available, and we know Rafa's Mercury is fantastic. But he did play Thanatos as well last week, and that paid off really, really well for Walk It Off.
Yeah, that's right. Fenrir being banned out a little bit interesting here. Sile's making a selection for Walk It Off on the right side of your screen. They need a actual support, and they need a jungler. A lot of junglers available, but not the ones they would think. Bach is going to be their support here. So with Cirquette gone, with Loki gone, with Osiris gone, they can go for Thor. They can go for Nemesis. Both very top tier picks for the jungle. Also go for Bots, which would be fairly effective here on the other side of Exposed Secrets, considering the fact that Osiris only has a brief split second of CC immunity when he pops his ultimate, only when he's starting to leave the ground is when he's CC immune. Athena, of course, can CC immune herself. Rom can go up in the air. Isis does not have it, and Vamana does. So, I think Humbots would actually be a pretty strong choice here.
I like the Isis pick up into the Giannis matchup. I think Isis overall has a really good matchup because Giannis can push him in early during the early stages where he really struggles to get that damage off with the unstable vortex, trying to make sure he gets his wave clear effectively. So we should be able to push him in early and keep an eye on Exposed Secrets, maybe going for some early invades, try to get Isis to push in, then rotate for the speed of the red buff early on. I think that's quite a possible good tactic there for Exposed Secrets coming out. But the Bacchus pick, he's starting to show his face again, once again in competitive play. I'm not sure how much longer now that Kabrakan's on his way, though, Dryber.
Yeah, Kerbraken's gonna make a splash, but keep in mind that Kerbraken's not gonna be available for competitive play for
That's
the
true.
2 or 3 weeks after he gets released. So that's gonna be the choice. I like the Thanatos choice taker. Look across the way. You've got Vamana, you've got Athena, you got Osiris, all very tanky, durable damage dealers. You've got a warrior jungler, you got a warrior in the long lane, you got a very bursty, but very, very, very tanky support. And I think Thanatos is going to make a splash here. They're going to land down and be able to execute once they get in that range, especially given the fact that they've got characters like Artemis, Junkwei, and Giannis to bring them down into that threshold very often. I think Thanatos is a really great choice here. I would like to see iRaptor go for that heavy hammer start at the jungle.
Ooh.
You get weird looks when you do it, but it is so incredibly fantastic. And the slow that comes out of it, 25% on basic attacks. I actually ran a heavy hammer solo Thanatos the other day, and it is almost unstoppable because you have the slow, you have the regeneration, high burst damage. I think it's great. We're gonna have Vomana played by Zalia here on the left side by Exposed Secrets. Is a long-standing history with that character and very, very strong. You're looking at the late game across the board. I think both teams have a very strong late game going for them. So I'm curious to see how the early game is going to go.
I'm interested to see how Zillia and Sayo play off of this lane. Now, Sayo was a mid laner for Cloud9 originally, and he's only just recently been transitioning to the solo lane. He's a great player overall, so, lane mechanics will pass over, but the difference between solo lane and middle lane, there is a difference. The sort of gods you face in those lanes do change as well. So, Sayo's going to be playing Zhonghui. He's played it a lot in the middle lane, but coming up against Zalia, who's very experienced in the solo lane, that could be an issue for them going into this game. But walk it off, like you said, they come into this group 3-0, and if they win this game, they're pretty much secured themselves for a spot in the Pro League.
Looking at the solo lane here, I'm a little interested to see how this is going to go. I mean, you got Osiris Filmata together in a solo lane, and you got Thanatos and Junkwei. I'm sorry, actually Thanatos and Giannis together. Oh, Sayo
That's how it's solo.
solo. That's right. So again, Junkwei and Thanatos. I just it hurts my brain every time I think about Sayo anywhere
So,
but middle.
yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm like, what? Sayo solo? It just makes sense.
Sayo's leaving the mid lane? I don't think he's ever left the mid lane
He
ever.
has now.
It's breaking my brain. It's breaking my brain. But John Quay and Thanos together, I mean, they got a lot of burst control there, but the Mona's going to be a little tough to kill early on. Osiris is going to be coming in, but Osiris's main strength is going to be like boxing in the jungle kind of thing. So I imagine we might see Frostiak actually invading a bit in the early stage.
I think we'll see some magic resistance coming out from Exposed Secrets, probably on Zalia early on. I'm wondering what he'll go for. Will he go for the Ancile? Will he just go for the Stone of Gaia early on? But he's going to need it to deal with Giannis and Jean-Qui, because that's where the real burst potential comes out from walking off overall. Thanatos in the early game, very dangerous, very snowbally. However, when he transitions into the mid-late game, Drybear, he's going to become more of a CC bot overall. And he's going to be looking to just control people in these team fights and allow Jean-Qui and Giannis to really burst them down and pick them up.
You make a good point about the Isis as well. Isis is an incredible character to start off with against the Giannis in the mid lane, just because, like you were mentioning, it's the push. But I think more often than that, it's just gonna be the aggression. If you've ever played against a very, very aggressive Isis, it doesn't feel good as a Giannis because Giannis with low movement speed, not able to get himself going early on. Isis can hit those really strong mid-range spirit balls and then push you right back into your tower after clearing the wave out and then go for the mid camp. So with Osiris not being the best mid camp clearer in the game, he has to use the flail, which of course gets it a little bit low, but he has to get close enough to swing at it. I mean, the only way Osiris really clears the mid camps is through his basic attack combo, his hit chain, which means of course he has to be in range of the mid camps at all times, which makes him a little bit more exposed there. So we are basically just going to be seeing if Osiris can take those mid camps and actually get into the early stage of this match and wonder if the early game will go to Exposed Secrets or walk it off.
We'll have to see this one. I mean, the one thing as well, one thing we've not touched on is the duo lane. It's going to be Bacchus and Artemis facing off against Rama and Athena. Now, the issue with that lane overall, from Walking Off's point of view, is Bacchus and Artemis should really get pushed into tower early on during the early stages. On top of the fact that they're going to be starting on the top side of the map, that's going to cause them to obviously be late to the lane to begin with. And with Rama's pushing power, with the help of Athena, with that shield wall, they should be effectively be able to push in very, very early on. And Bacchus and Artemis will suffer with lane clear problems in the early stages. So keep an eye on to see what happens with that one. Obviously, with them having the Isis on their team as well, we can look at that transition from mid. I can see a very push-heavy team coming out straight away from Exposed Secrets, Drybear, and then looking to try and invade onto this Thanatos early game.
I'm actually going to disagree. I think that Artemis and Bacchus are going to have the push benefit there. Belch of the Gods actually be one of the highest damage abilities to clear the wave with a Guardian early on. Heavy amounts of damage actually early. Artemis, lots of harassment to suppress the insolent. Actually, one of the reasons why Artemis is being nerfed in the next patch with that suppressed insolent is because it is so good at pushing and also controlling the wave. And I think that I love the choice of picking Artemis against the Rom because every time Rom's going to go up, Artemis is just going to place a trap right where he comes right back down. He's going to land on it when he comes down. He's going to be crippled, he's going to be caught, he's going to take a lot of damage, and of course that opens up for the boar when the trap is about to end, and then Rom is really going to have to rely early on for that purification beast. Now look at the optimization start, you can see that again, we're to see Funballer on Rom go for that Heartseeker or possibly Transcendent start, but more likely Heartseeker, as not a whole lot of mana problems are seen on Rom. And across the way, Moex on Artemis going to be running for that Devourer's Glove, so a little more sustain early on, and it's going to come down to whether or not Funballer wants to double stack or just go right into boots.
Yeah, we'll see what he chooses to do with that one. One thing to note is Alia is going for the Stone of Gaia, or she's gone for Emerald Talisman. Now, the best thing right now, Drybear, in the item changes, Emerald Talisman got a buff, and it was already fantastically cost efficient already. But now he's got that passive on it that also increases, so it regenerates your maximum HP by 2% of your maximum HP every 8 seconds. And that just allows you to leave that at level 2 if you so require, and then continue building your normal itemization, then finish it off later on in the game as you need that little bit more magic resistance as you progress into team fights. So, not a surprise to see him looking at picking that one up right at the start of the game. It does mean he may suffer a little bit in the early stages with not having the hog available, but if he doesn't go for the hog, which it looks like he's not going to, Drybear, he's going to be able to transition into other stuff.
Looks like my game has crashed here, so we may actually have to pull back and get this re-queued up so I can actually get tied up at the same time that you're on. So the game decided to explode for fun reasons. So let's go ahead and get ready to hop this back here. So I'm back online. Let's go ahead and toss it to a break and we'll get everything sorted out. We'll be back in just a moment here. Apologies about the delay, and we'll be hopping back into the first match. Of course, going to be Exposed Secrets and Walk It Off, starting shortly. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for being patient. We're hopping right into the first matchup of today in week number 3 of the European play-ins, just before the hashtag SPL Smite Pro League kickoff. And we're going to be watching Exposed Secrets against Walk It Off. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. On the bottom side of the map, the green grass defenders of the Titan of Order. We've got Exposed Secrets, Zalion Vamana, Frostiak playing Osiris in the jungle, Funballer on Rom. I'm Dazer defending him with Athena, and Shadow Nightmare in the middle lane with Isis.
And Walk It Off coming into this 3-0 right now. They are the favourites to advance to the Pro League. We're going to see Frezzy playing that Bacchus in the duo lane alongside Moex on Artemis. Iraf is in the jungle playing Thanatos. Vexus in the middle lane is Janus. And finally, Sayo in the solo lane playing Zhong Kui.
Zhong Kui, a strong character we've seen a lot of, actually banned 5 times in the NA Pro League kickoff lane, so definitely something you want to look out for. Surprisingly enough, Osiris did not make it through into the ban, so now we're going to make it picked first. Hopping in the match here, we're going to see that the damage coming out on the movement speed buff is quite slow, considerably. Thanos going to click one. He's going to start out with the blue buff on the right side. Damage buff is going to be finished off here, and level 2 goes to Vamana, so everything seems to be going as planned.
Yep, everything started off as normal. I like what Exposed Secrets did, though. They stayed safe in their own jungle at the start, Drybear. They realized they did not have a very good level 1 engagement if Walk It Off wanted to go aggressive. A lot of burst damage possibly coming out for Walk It Off, so it was a really good call from them just to play it very safe in the early stages. Got some wards out, though. Good double taunt on the left-hand side from Dazer. Going to get a bit of poke damage down. You can see Exposed Secrets pushing them into tower after the initial push.
Oh man, middle harassment to its finest here. Shadow just pushing him right back into a corner. Vex is trying to clear this out, but again, punished a lot by this early Isis. There goes the base attack hit chain that clears it out. Back wave gonna get hit. I'm gonna actually go right into Wingus pretty soon here, I would imagine, as he wants to make sure.
Oh, double taunt on left-hand side again, and Moex takes a lot of poke, but it was a great trap from him to deny Funballer continuing the aggression on. But once again, they get pushed into the tower a little bit more. And like you said, though, like Shadow Nightmare should be pushing up this middle lane. I'm surprised we've not seen an invade come out just yet. I think Osiris might be... No, he's not. He's just going to go over to his speed. I'm surprised he didn't invade, honestly.
Well, look at the vision, right? I mean, this is the most amount of wards I think I've ever seen at the start of a match. I mean, there is literally 5 Walk It Off wards on the map and 3 Exposed Secrets wards on the map. Generally, you'll see 2 to 3, 1 for the solo laner and 2 from the support to start off, but 5, that is incredible amounts of vision for them to start off with here and see what they're going to do with it. I think they really just do not want to see Raffer invading. Now, Raffer being a very aggressive jungler and also playing Thanatos, a strong early game character, it is very difficult to box Thanatos early on because he has the silence, because he has the burst, but here comes mid lane rotation with Osiris.
A big rotation from Frostiak coming in. He's going to try and apply the Tevet. Not going to find it, though. Just throws out the axe in the end. The sickle comes out, and that's the end of that one. One thing to note as well, Drybear, is both junglers are actually a little bit behind at the moment. They should be level 5 by now, but they left lane 1 wave too early from the solo lane. And so even after they clear their whole jungle, they'll still only just hit level 5 once they go to mid lane. As you see, Raffer's doing that now. Frostiak with that big rotation, a little bit behind Raffer now, and with Raffer with that hovering death available, keep an eye out for him looking for a dunk.
Do you see Osiris about to hit level 5 here from this clear of the movement speed up? Actually, he's still level 4, surprisingly enough. He's going to head on home. Thanatos still going hard. Irapper going to go back into that one, so that's going to be it. That's going to be out on the left side. Prezi's going to try and back away as Artemis goes through. The wave will fall down, and it looks like everything seems to be going as planned, but the gold is slightly in favor of Exposed Secrets.
Yeah, no, I mean, it will be just because of the early pushing power that's coming out. I mean, Isis in mid lane pushing him very, very well to the tower, so Giannis denied a little bit of gold from that one. On top of that, like, even Zalia's going to have a good matchup against Sao because he's very experienced in this matchup in the solo lane as well, and I think Sao's going to have to just get used to that. But Sao's did a good job. He's just played it patiently and realizing he can't kill Zalia, especially because he's rushed that Emerald Talisman at the start. So it's just going to be a farm lane in that duo right now.
Them coming out here. Looks like they're going to be running over towards the left side of the mid camp. There's the portal on the ground. Gonna look for Isis, who's actually used the CC immunity. Up in the air goes. Then just going to just the death side this well. Jim on top is going to be the taunt on 3 players, but not going to be enough. The double stun should land here. Here comes Rom, but they may need to go up in the air. Up in the air goes avoiding the 4 stun. Good hit there. Nothing for Frosty for the damage. Going to find it. One more shot will do it. Going to hit it. Thanatos going down.
Really nice snipes from Funballer coming out, connecting with all 3 of them as well. And it's really important to get the maximum damage out of Rom to be able to do that time and time again. Looks like they're going to transition straight for a Gold Fury here. Daze is only level 4 though. They don't have a Hog 3 available. This is risky, but Frezzy is very low. Moex doesn't have Ball right now. Mana's low on the side of walking off. Can they defend is the question. Well, they're juggling aggro well right now as Exposed Secrets, but with Moex here, they've got to watch it, and it's going to come down to burst potential. And when you're against a Giannis here, Drybear, you don't want to try and play burst potential.
Now they're going to be pushing back here. They bring my voice down. Unsure as to what's going on.
You tried to kill everyone then with your voice.
I don't know what's happening. I'm
Rip headphone users.
I mean, give me a shout out on what the heck's happening. But either way, we're hopping back into the match here. Athena's gonna be heading on home. So early goal theory. It was a great call. That's the kind of smart call you expect to see from a top tier team like Exposed Secrets. They're gonna be backing up towards the tier 1 tower. Blue buff is available, so Rom's gonna be waiting for Athena to come back to pick that one up. Pretty low on HP, and I'm surprised Moex not trying to harass Funballer a little bit more. There goes the harassment, bringing him right back down. And that will do it. So, again, high amounts of push from Artemis. Going to be able to clear the wave. Looks like Mo's going to head on home. Does he have enough to finish the gloves? Actually, just enough. He waited for that last wave to clear it, and now he's got his gloves done.
I mean, the one thing to note as well right now is that engagement went 1 for 1. Funballer did get a kill, but so did Giannis. And Giannis struggling in that lane against Isis during the early stages. You don't want to get a fed Giannis online. At the same time, you don't want to get a fed Ram, because if Ram gets himself going, gets slightly ahead of Artemis, when those crits come online, it's going to cause a lot of issues, honestly, for them to be able to deal with, because he does turn into a sort of hyper carry late game as well. Can burst down the whole team with those shots that penetrate through multiple people. So keep an eye as how this one breaks out, but he should help out Fexes in mid lane, who was struggling during the early stages against Isis, but now he should have the wave clear. Eats a Spirit Ball to the face again, and Raph is there just to show a bit of presence.
Still around, looking for some kind of harassment here. I'm Dazer coming over towards the mid area. The mid camps are a little bit away. The left camp should be about a minute off, or maybe 45 seconds off. Right camp is pretty far away as well. I'm on the right side is controlling the lane pretty effectively against Sayo. Card comes out, but does not actually end up landing on him. In the mid lane, we see Isis kind of waiting for a shot at the Spirit Ball, but Fex is going to spot it out and not really get caught by it.
I like Sao's decision just to go for the shoes and the Medjay first. He could have gone for Warlock Sash in the stages, but gone for the mobility to make sure he can outrun the Vimana if he does try to make big trades going on. I expect him to go into Warlock Sash later on, but big rotation left-hand side here, Drybear. We could see Frosty catch him out of position. Athena ult's coming in, and Lord of the Afterlife on Moex in your face, but the ball's going to buy some time. The Tether's going to break, and Frezzy with that nice Intoxicate going to save some time. Hovering Death comes in, and now Frosty X in trouble, and that was a great suppress the insulin coming out from Moex to secure the kill for him. They're going to continue.
Oh, look for their taunt. Rom's been there. Be careful, because the Atlanta is good ultimate on Isis. There's damage on Fexes as well. Frezzy forced away. The damage is going to be enough. Here's a single talk from Funballer. Moex has got nowhere to go. The trap on the ground is not going to be enough. Moex caught completely out here. There's the Spirit Ball yet again. The Gold Fury is available. Double kill for Shadow Nightmare. Giannis is rotating over, but too little, too late.
It should be
Doesn't
Gold
have an
Fury.
ultimate either, and that's going to be it. I imagine they're going straight for Gold Fury, and yes, indeed they will. And Zalia rotates over to the mid lane.
Yeah, but Sayo's coming too. He has been spotted by a ward, and if Sayo turns up to this fight, they don't have a Hog 3 available here, Drybear. This is risky. I mean, Sayo has that bucket of ghosts. If he unleashes the bucket, will it be enough damage? But he's going to take on a whole team!
Jumping in on top. There's the damage on top. Gold Fury's going to drop low here.
Double
Actually
kill.
go for the double kill for Sayo. Looking in the back away, then just jump for the taunt. Just need a single bit of CC.
Team's
back.
back.
From the burst shield wall. Giannis is here. Here comes Thanatos. They have an
Oh
ultimate
my
available.
God,
Just not
Sayo,
just
you
yet.
God.
Looking for the hit on Frosty. There's the Fist of the Gods. A big burst on the Death Scythe will do it. Zaylia looking for Sayo just out of range. The stun is a little bit early. Can't get the hit. Needs the heal on exorcism, but cannot get it. Giannis clears it out. Now getting away is Zaylia, but Bacchus is here. Body block. Belly flop. Belch of the Gods. They have it. Body block again. Coming through. Giannis comes out. There goes the hit.
Vortex.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing.
Perfectly nice. From Walking Off's point of view, that went fantastically. They actually picked up 4 kills. The Gold Fury did go in favor of Exposed Secrets, though. However, you look at the gold and experience flow right now. Gold is only 700 in advantage for Exposed Secrets, and after those mid camps going down, that's going to be pretty much nullified. On top of that, experience skyrocketed in favor of Walk It Off. So right now, even though the Gold Fury went in favor of Exposed Secrets, Walk It Off technically comes out on top of that.
We're going to be pushing this away on the left side. Rom's going to clear out the way, but I think that just came out of the fact that Exposed Secrets just was unprepared for the amount of aggression that came out from Walk It Off. Again, Gold Fury is a good choice, but only if you can clear it out fast enough.
That's right.
So clearing out the Gold Fury was great, but at the same time, they got flanked, and they just took a really weird route on the way out. Knowing that they're coming back from the base, I don't know why they would head towards the mid-camp area. Zaylia, of course, coming over in time, but ended up losing his life in the end, so it's interesting.
I can see Frosty looking for the speed buff area for Thanatos right now. He should know that it's up sooner rather than later. He's seen Rafa mid. They're trying to look for an opportunity in middle lane onto Rafa. Taunt lands onto him. There's a lot of damage with that Spirit Ball. It looks like Rafa's going to drop down. That was a fantastic rotation. And realizing they could pick him off with the taunt coming out from Dazer really helped them out there. Now speed buff should go over to Frostyak, so denying Thanatos even more of his jungle here. This is really good play.
Checking to see if my microphone's a little bit better for the people that are watching right now.
You're getting it. It's just when... It's when you peek.
Stolen away by Osiris right there. So actually over to the right side, Sayo. Oh, gonna lose the blue buff as well. Sayo might be coming over here to try and defend it. Zaylia just keep him off for the time being. Osiris gonna clear it out. That's gonna be that. There goes that. Blue buff is taken out, and now he's pushing away. So great steal from Frostic and movement speed and the blue buff.
Yes, there's the blue and now goes aggressive onto Sayo, but after all, it is Sayo. He's already working on that golden sash, so got that extra 200 health from that one as well, and the mobility to get away if he gets himself caught. But we saw Sayo's rotation from that solo lane as well, and honestly, that rotation really paid it off for Walk It Off earlier on to make this one a very, very even game. Still, gold is swung in Exposed Secret's favor because Rafa goes down in the middle lane and the speed and blue buff gets taken out. Vexez gets rotated on mid, but he is Giannis after all, so just uses the portal, gets himself out of trouble.
Damage buff is standing right now. I wrapped from the right side of the jungle. Still waiting for an opportunity to get in there. Bamana's going to rotate over, trying to defend his blue buff. I don't think he'll be able to at this point. Frezzy is here.
Zaylia's in trouble.
The ultimate coming out though. That
or is he?
Side coming through. Rapper's up in the air. He needs to disengage. I don't imagine them initiating on this one. Dazer wants the taunt. Shield wall taunt coming through. Zaylia wants the damage out on top. Slows him down here. Zaylia is coming
rotation.
out. There goes the Shadow Nightmares on
Spirit Ball. Not going to connect. Silence does, though, and Lord of the Afterlife from Frosty goes in. He's going to attack up the tower. Meanwhile, space and time comes through Frezzy with the Intoxicate, picks up a kill. Daisy's getting very low, though, and Rafa's going to pick that one up. Meanwhile, though, Zaylia goes all the way deep to pick up Sayo, but I think he's going to go down from that one. I don't think he's going to manage to get away from Rafa, who's going to continue the chase and bring him down more than likely. Or is he? Or is he?
Missing the death side. He's got nowhere to go. He's just basically trying to get to the tower before he gets the damage source on. That should be enough to clear him out, though. Zaylia's got nowhere to go. He was hoping to get to the tower before anyone damaged him again. Right side, Frezzy is diving on Shadow Nightmare, but can't really get the damage numbers he needs without his ultimate. Spirit Ball gonna hit him right in the backside as he heads on home, just going away present. Mid camps are back up and been neglected up until this point. Look at the gold numbers. It's gonna be in favor of Exposed Secrets right now, and it looks like hi-rez is gonna get the left camp, and it looks like the Fexa is gonna get the right camp. So as it stands right now, it was previously an Exposed Secrets lead, but with the 30,000 experience lead in favor of Walk It Off and the gold being tied now, it's hard to say.
I mean, one thing to know as well while we're waiting for this, I mean, he's going backwards and forwards in this game, but the two hunters, we thought we were going to see Funballer going for that Heartseeker drive bear. He's actually gone for the Transcendence. Now, the mana changes to Rama means that he does have to use him for those Astral Arrows on his one. So he's been spamming more abilities. Now, what that means is he's giving up the middle game in terms of damage, and so he's going to get pushed out by Moex earlier on. However, when he transitions to late game, that damage is going to skyrocket based off that. Meanwhile, Moex is not going for double stacking either. He's just going to go straight up for the Executioner next, more than likely after he's finished the boots, because he would have gone for the Heartseeker now if he was going to do it, which means that overall Rama will have a lot of damage, more damage coming out, especially once he gets his crit online, but he's going to delay his crit a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's just waiting for his opportunity. Obviously, the Transcendence is going to make a big difference here, allowing him to keep his man up for long periods of time. Moex is going to be going for the standard build. Penetration boots after the Devourer's gloves, just get a little extra damage and lifesteal early on. Gold Fury is available. Athena ultimate just got used to get him close
Did.
to it. In the mid lane, Vex is going to spot it out and head on over, but Bacchus and Moex are going to get away from this fight. Looks like there's nothing going to be happening, but look at the solo lane, rotating a lot this game.
Yeah, we're going to see a big fight at this Gold Fury. It can tell because of the rotations coming up from the solo lane as well. Like, they realize this next Gold Fury is very, very important to both these two teams. And so Sio's ready to get over there early enough this time because last time he made it, he would have managed to pick up the whole team if his whole team's like, oh, that's a waste. I don't think Rafa found anything from that. He was hoping for something mid, but did it on a ward. So that ultimate was on cooldown as well. But that's a one-for-one trade in ultimates because Athena just used hers as well.
Athena's up. Rom just went home. Gold Fury is available, but they don't really know that Rom's out of the fight. Athena just ult this down as well. Almost a double Spirit Ball. Vex is taking a lot of damage from Isis there. Zale's in the mid lane harassing Sio. There's a death scythe. One response is going to be that flail. That'll scythe coming out there. Not going to be doing a whole lot, of course. Gold Fury is still standing. High amounts of vision here on both sides. In fact, two wards standing on top of each other near the walk it off side of the mid tower. Vamana going to rotate over a little bit late here, but did actually get some damage on the wave before joining in on the fun. Very delicate situation here.
I mean, he's balanced on a knife edge right now. Both of them are looking for an opportunity. Zalia's going to try and sit at the back and just regenerate some of that health he lost. He's got to be careful of Rafa because Rafa's the one that can steal his health away the quickest. Obviously, because he's got that protection from the Storm of Gaia on Magical, he's not too worried about Fexes and Sile, but that Spirit Ball, ouch, that's nasty.
Every single time. Fex is going to be finishing off his book pretty shortly here. He already has a Soul Trap available. Silo is done with the Warlock Sash, and that's why he's happy to rotate around the map. He's going to start picking stacks up for that. Fex is going home. Dazer's going to spot it out. Warn on the ground, but looks like it's not going to be spotted here by Exposed Secrets. Mid lane area is being cleared out heavily. Sio is just basically standing in for mid lane now. So you have two options, right? And this is what's so hard about Zalia's decision.
Moex, fight left.
Thanatos up in the air.
Yeah, Funballer's going to get dunked on, but he does go up to the sky, get the Astral Barrage off the Age. Is going to buy some time, so he's not going to take too much from the snipes. Misses the third one. Funballer rolls away. Good top from Dazer, but now Dazer's in trouble. Has to back away as the rotation comes in, but Funballer went the other direction. Stuck in a pit, and he's going to get surrounded and brought down. This should initiate a Gold Fury from this, but the rest of the team of Exposed Secrets are here. They can contest. Even though Dazer's low health, he's got his ultimate available, though, so expect him to dunk in soon, and he's gone for Shadow Nightmare.
Oh, Sio's going deep. We're going to go for both of them. There's a
belly flop.
The double flop.
Big belly flop.
That as well. Dazer in trouble here. Looking for Samage. Going to find it. Double kill for hi-rez. It's an unofficial triple kill. Here comes Frostiak, though. Good split on the stun. Going to find it. Damage going to be too much for him. He's going to go down. Thanatos is exposed with that Soul Trap. Zalia looking for the damage. Not going to find it. Actually going to find one there. Looking for two. Vex is coming low. Actually might be going for it. There goes that double kill for Zalia. Disengage, but Moex has this distance with that base attack. They're going to turn around and go right for that Gold Fury. Man,
5 for 2.
That's the downside about Rom, though. You can't overextend like that.
That's right. I mean, he rolled the wrong direction as well. But if he rolled the other way, I think he still would have died anyway there, Dry Bear. I think he was just caught. When he got caught, that was it. That was the end of it. Rafa was in just a good position overall, managing to allow Walk It Off to now pick up that Gold Fury. They're going to get both the left and mid camps out of this, right? Ones are still down, but get some push on the middle lane as well, and that middle tower is starting to chip down. Meanwhile, though, like solo lane, there's been no one taking farm in that for a long time, so you'll see the experience levels on these people slow down a little bit in terms of how far they're going to accelerate the builds, especially from the solo laners.
We saw a really tough choice there from Exposed Secrets, and the smart call goes to Walk It Off. And you saw when they rotated the left side, they were focusing actually Athena as Rom was up in the air. And that wasn't just because Athena was the only one on the ground. They knew that they were going to go for Gold Fury after that fight if it was successful. So what they did is they put Athena at a very low HP value, which in their minds is one of two things. Either Athena comes back into the fight and is low HP, and they get a chance to get the Gold Fury, or Athena goes home and has to ult back and the ult's on cooldown. So that's the biggest thing for them, is that they know that Athena was so low on HP that they had a pretty much open-ended engagement on the Gold Fury, and it allowed them to kind of clear them out. But, you know, the other thing as well is that, you know, if you're low HP in that situation, you got to back off. You cannot give an opportunity for Zalia to come in and get a single kill, because it makes all of it not worth it. If you back off and make him run through the Gold Fury to try and kill you off, obviously he ended up going down at the end there, but you just, you know, it makes it less and less of a valuable trade if you're giving away kills.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Walk It Off now have the aggression. They have the advantage here, Dry Bear, and it's theirs to lose to an extent now because that engagement just put them in a good commanding lead right now. All that needs to happen is Exposed Sneakers need to farm up, play safe, wait for the next Gold Fury, and just make a better attempt at it overall, honestly. I feel there was two misplays there overall. Rom getting caught out by the aggression that they're trying to pick up Moex, and then on top of that, we saw that I'm Daisy uses ultimate onto Isis, and to be honest, if he would have done it onto Zalia or Frostiak, they could have got in deeper and made that ultimate a lot better, much better use from that ultimate, instead of on Isis, who had to stay on the fringes of the fight and not get as much damage off.
4 players from Exposed Sneakers in the jungle to group up towards the mid lane here. Fire Giant is standing tall. Looking at the vision on the map is going to be very much in favor of Exposed Sneakers. A lot of wards going down here. Funbar on the left side is farming up the best he can. Looks like he's almost got his boots completed. Tier 3 on the Sprit will help a lot with the amount of slows they have on the enemy team. Of course, you got Thanatos, Junquei, Artemis, even Giannis has a slow, as well as Bacchus. So pretty much slows across the board will do it. Mid tower is under pressure here, but no towers have fallen just yet.
Interesting choice from Moex as well. He didn't go for the execution that I expected. He went for Chins as well. So rip Chins, by the way, everybody. But Chins, nice and cheap for the time being. And being picked up here against this team, I'm okay with this against Frostiak and against Vamana especially. Going to be able to bring down those high HP targets in these team fights overall and chunk them down. So it's not the worst pickup. Although Zalia went for a Rage second main item after the starting one.
Yeah, Rage is a fantastic item to start here for Azalea, just because they know they need damage. I mean, looking at characters like Thanatos, Artemis, as we've seen initiate here towards the Gold Fury, going to roll away from that one.
Raph is up.
Thanatos up in the air, but nowhere to go, unless they're looking for Isis. They might be doing it. He can't get close enough.
I mean, they could have tried for that. He chose not to go in. Spirit Ball comes out from Shadow Nightmare, denied it. Meanwhile, Sile pushes in that lane, but what happens is that solo lane, Zayla gets some free farm there himself, and he might get some tower pressure on before Sile can rotate back in. And there's not a whole lot Sile can do to bring down Zayla at this stage, especially with that Stone of Gaia, so he's not too worried about getting caught out there. Some free tower poke going down. Left-hand side, though, engage between Moex and Ram. Once again, going on as Moex pushes into the tower. Level ahead for Moex right now, so he's feeling quite comfortable, but we're starting to get to the later stages where this itemization build from Funball could start paying off.
We'll see if it does. I mean, obviously it's a lot of damage. You got a lot of mana generation and a lot of mana coverage as well. They have to be worried about, single target characters like Thanatos, like people getting in his face and high amounts of burst damage. We do look across the way, Sile's going to go for the Spear of the Magus, which is pretty easy to stack up considering the fact that he does have that damage over time effect. Blink available as well. Gonna be able to blink stun or blink ult or blink out if he needs to, if he goes for that combat blink initiation. Zelia does have, of course, Stone of Gaia on him, so dealing with damage coming out from Sio Infects is gonna be pretty useful. He's also, realizing the fact that Artemis and Thanatos are both single target characters, so if they're not being focused, well, look at the
dive in middle lane. Big dive onto him. The belch comes out from Frezzy, but Rafa eats a lot of poke, and Athena ult's going to come out onto him. Frezzy's going to watch himself good intoxicate, but the Spirit Ball still connects. The taunt does not, however, so he's going to be able to get away, but now Frostiak's going to be able to get aggressive on Fexes, but he is Janus. Uses the portal, and everyone's safe.
Zelia is looking for Bacchus. Bacchus needs belly pop. Gonna do it. Zelia is now gonna go on top of Sio, taking a lot of damage. Actually, here comes Osiris. The damage is too much there, and he goes down. Bacchus actually below them, going on home, and the Gold Fury is spawning.
Well, they can push middle lane in first. They've got time before the Gold Fury spawns. Rafa's going to be the only one here to defend this one, and Rafa's not got the greatest of wave clear, especially against 4 members who are grouped up there. That's going to drop for the first tower of the game and bring Exposed Secrets back into distance again, but they're still behind in terms of golden experience. However, Gold Fury is spawning.
Yeah, Gold Fury's back up. They didn't have the time frame to do it. Of course, they got that kill on the right side, but it's not going to be enough. Raffer's going to come over here and start up the Gold Fury for his team, actually. Do they have vision on the side of Exposed Secrets? Looks like they do not. Athena's on her way over.
I like this call.
It could be too late.
I love this call. I mean, Daze is here, going to try and deal with this button, but he charged in too early. He's not going to taunt just yet. He's going to wait for it. Raph is being preemptive, but the Lord of the Afterlife comes out. Daze is waiting. Who's going to get it? Walk it off, get the Gold Fury, but now the fight continues as Frostiak, very low, has to disengage. He wasted a lot trying to go in to secure it, and the portal from Fexes buys everybody some. Funball's got to be careful here. He can't go into 4 people like that alone, and now he's going to get chased back down as Frezzy's going around and the team have left him. He's alone. If Bacchus gets a belly flop.
He clipped on the wall and actually didn't get close enough. Belch the guy's going to come out and roll away from that one. Isis in the mid lane. Moex looking for blood, not going to find it. Zalia actually ended up getting away, and so did Frostiak. Surprised. I'm surprised to see Frostiak escaping out of that fight. So the Gold Fury went to the side of Walk It Off. No deaths there, which means it's just a free net gain for Walk It Off.
It's a big shame for Exposed Secrets there because they got themselves back into it, Dry Bear. I mean, they took down mid tower, they had the opportunity to get in position for Gold Fury, and they just gave it up to Walk It Off to an extent because they all recalled at bad times and got themselves out of position. And Walk It Off took it back away from them. So that whole lead where they got that middle tower and those kills that Azalea managed to put forward for them did not pay off at all because of the fact that Gold Fury got denied to them again.
Right tower gonna take some damage at the same time. Mox is pushing the left tower. Looks like it's gonna be a 1-for-1 tower exchange. Just goes to net game. It's 500 gold for tier 1 is not really all that valuable. Walk it off getting the gold theory is gonna be way more valuable. So the gold is sitting around 2,700 totally between the two teams here. So Walk it off has, and here's the big thing, right? They also have a 4,300 experience lead, which is even bigger than just having the gold lead, especially early on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. I'm just really confused. Like, Zalia's build is crazy to me right now, but it's actually working really well for him. Like, he's gone Stone of Gaia into Rage, and it looks like he's going Deathbringer next item as well. So he's gone for, basically, I'm going to be magical resistant and then chunk you down with my auto attacks and bring you to no HP, and it worked against Sayo earlier on. And it looks like this item build might really work against this double mage composition that they've got on the table here.
Ice is now back in the mid lane. Gonna help defend this. Like the atomization here, we see Iraffer actually gonna be picking up a Witchblade early, realizing that he's got Frostiak, Funballer, and Zalia on top, doing a lot of physical damage. So he's worried about that. Build. So I love the fact that he's got that early physical protection, but he also has the movement speed, which allows him to get closer and closer. It's gonna reduce the attack speed of Osiris and actually all three of them realistically, unless Zalia is up in his ultimate. So that's the big difference, right? It's slowed the attack speed on the other side while also taking less damage.
Well, it's also the fact if you look at the whole itemization, he's gone for the Ninja Tabi as well. He's gone for cooldowns. He's realizing that during the early game, he didn't manage to snowball his team hard enough to be ahead. So he's noticing he's going for a sort of utility control build now. That's why the Witchblade's in there. And that's why he's got cooldown reduction. So he can spam out that silence, spam out those health chunks from the Scythe as well, and then get his ultimate up available even more often with that hovering death. And look for opportunities to get people CC'd up so the team can finish them off for him. So he is rotating into a very utility build on Thanatos, ready for the late stages of the game, which we are going to head into.
He's going that way. It looks like he's going to pick up either a Rage or possibly a Deathbringer here early on. I mean, he's got the gold to do it. I mean, look at the 500 in hand right now. He just needs either 1255 for the Rage or just over 1600 for the Deathbringer to finish it off. We'll see what he decides to go with. Moex has finished off Chin Size. Now it looks like she's going to be going straight into Rage there, which works really well with a still target passive for Artemis, making sure that she crits almost every single shot. Vex has finished off his book and going straight into Rod, so a lot of damage for Giannis, as you would expect, but he's lacking in penetration right now.
He is, but look at what Sayo's picked up. He's picked up Spur the Magus, and that will help out that Giannis as well. On top of the fact that Sayo is getting really big in the solo lane right now. I know he's 3, 4, and 7, but he's got top gold on his team right now. And when he finishes that Rod of Tahuti, that bucket that he's going to dump in terms of his ultimate is going to do amazing amounts of damage. So that next team fight that breaks out, if Sayo manages to get in and involved, Zaylee's going to make sure he zones him out early and takes him out of the fight.
I love the John Quay bucket.
You made it, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. It's a bucket.
It's what it is. It's what he is.
It is.
Just a bucket. He just tips over, empties out, and then runs away. It's just that's what he does.
Time and time again.
Standing on top of Ward is going to be Dazer, Frostiak, and Shadow actually waiting for the mid-cap to spawn. Looks like they'll be going straight forward. There's the flail and a little bit of damage to shield wall. Should clear it out completely. Bach is sitting in the mid lane here. Looks like he's full up on his passive, very easily stacking that part of his character kit up.
I mean, walk it off.
For a Chronos Pendant, actually.
Oh, he's gone for the Chronos Pendant overall. Well, the mana regeneration and the cooldown reduction will help him out a little bit. I mean, he doesn't need too much mana regeneration because he's got Book of Thoth already. But I guess Vexez just does not want to go back to base and have to get out of the fight unless he A, runs out of health, or B, needs to buy an item.
Actually, coming over to the left side, it looks like Funball is going to come over and just share some experience in gold with Frostiak on that movement speed buff as he heads on home. Frostiak is looking to finish off the next item. And Sile is done, which is going to help a lot with Vexez and Sayo. He's looking for a Cursed Blade pickup here, so he's going down the road of Witchblade as well. So again, smart choice in the early stages. I love the fact that players are now picking up Witchblade very early on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Witchblade is a fantastic item, and I even see it on Hunters sometimes that can actually make it work out really well for them. But we've got Gold Fury coming up now. It's flashing away to let everybody know it's up, but we saw Rama just go back to base at the same time here. If Walk It Off spotted that one out, then they could try and rush this, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do here. Moex has already pulled it. They're going to start early on. Shadow Nightmare's in position. Sayo's rotating around. Vermana's coming too, but I think Exposed Secrets are going to contest this one for sure. Rama's actually going to farm up mid lane. He's got the Astral Barrage to get involved if he needs to. Shadow Nightmare's going to keep them busy. The longer this game goes on, though, the more dangerous Rama and Artemis become, so people people are going to have to transition onto focusing them
Vandals
down
up.
first.
Shadow
Here
Nightmare
we
in
go.
trouble. Belly flop come through here. Not going to find the sun. Zaylia going to go down immediately here. Now looking for follow-up on Frostiak. There goes the ultimate from John Quay. Going to find some damage here on top of Frostiak. Spirit Ball going to come through. It actually pops the ultimate, but the damage from Raffer's too much. His speed is off the charts. I slid him to the ground and trying to find him. Raffer's going to drop low here. The burst keeps him out. Shadow Nightmare goes out. There's the Belly flop. There goes the
this is
Belch. He
close, though.
steps on the trap, and Dazer is forced out of the fight. The Gold Fury is still standing, but Walkadoff does not care. They want Athena. They're taking the tower. The volley does not land. The tick is going out. Moek's got the move speed with his activation of Vengeful Assault.
He does,
and a single crit will take him down. Deicide on the side of Walk It Off. It's going to be a 2-for-5 exchange.
So look what happened in that fight there. We've seen that Zalia's gone for a very damage-heavy build that's focused on magic resistance only, their driver. He gets himself caught out by Rafa and Moex and their physical damage dealers, and in the end, he evaporated in a matter of seconds in that engagement. And when he dropped down, the rest of the team slowly fell. I mean, we saw signs of life out of Funballer there trying to get the damage off, picked himself up a double kill in that, but that trap just, caused him death. And now they're going to give up Fire Giant. Walk It Off, Aaron commanding lead. Middle tower goes down as well. Fire Giant, are they going to delay? I think they're going to delay and wait for the team. Yep, they wait for all the respawns, so everybody in the team gets Fire Giant as well. Really nicely played from them.
Danto's picking on that Fire Giant is going to be a big gain for them, as of course he does have that Witchblade into Rage, a lot of crit damage coming out. Of course, the regeneration is going to make a big difference for a squishy character like Benetos. Looking at the itemization here across the way, we do see Zaylia actually picking up a spiked shell, knowing that there's just a lot of burst damage inside of Walk It Up. And Giannis, Thanatos, all they are is burst damage. You just want to get that single combo off that brings you down very, very low. And of course, we saw in the last engagement, once Raffer has that extra movement speed going with his, actually the activation of his second ability, it goes crazy.
Connects with Shadow Nightmare. That's a lot of poke to his face. Hovering Death comes down, forcing Shadow Nightmare to use the ultimate. Good Spirit Ball coming out though. Trying to wing. Gosalia takes out Rafa, and Nightmare takes out Frezzy, but now Moex on the backside did so much damage to Funballer. And Moex is still going to live, so when he falls down, one auto attack should be enough. Or is it? Gosalia chunks him down with that Deathbringer Rage combination. Frostiak trying to pick up Vex, says he's waiting for his portal. Does come up in time. The ultimate comes out as well from Athena. But Sayo, what can you do here? You're going to get surrounded by 3 members. I don't think Sayo can fight this.
He's gonna get slowed here. He goes to the ultimate, trying to figure out Funballer. Gonna find it with the ghost. Gonna go for 2, but cannot get it. Frostiak with a double kill. I'm surprised to see Vexes go back into the fight there. Now, he portaled over the wall for good reason, but they just wandered right back into the fight, taking the damage there from Frostiak and going down. It's gonna be a 2-for-5 exchange in reverse this time around. They're pushing up the mid tower. Maybe. Frezzy is back up, and it's a 2 versus 1, and Frostiak is very low. They're not going to go for Phoenix here. There's no goal for you. There's no Fire Giant. They're just going to go back to the jungle, or just going to go for the right side tower, possibly. But it's just Zaylia by himself, so it looks like Dazer's going to go ward the area. It's a big win, 2-for-5 like that. The Gold Fury actually ended up going to the side of of Exposed Secrets. The experience is back to 2100, and the gold is actually in favor of Exposed Secrets right now.
That's crazy.
Exposed Secrets has actually turned this game back around from where it was before.
That was a Fire Giant Walk It Off. That whole team had Fire Giant on them, and Exposed Secrets played that really, really well. They got caught out being caught at the Gold Fury, but the decision making from Walk It Off did not pay off for them at all, and they got evaporated in that team fight. It's really strange now because we're going to see what you're going to see from Walk It Off. They have to focus down Rama. They have to focus down Zaylia because Zaylia will kill people with that build that he's got. Same for Funballer because he's nearly hit full build right now on Ram. On the other side of things, the focused target for Exposed Secrets was Sayo, but he's now transitioning to Moex because Moex is online now and he's starting to really chunk people down, especially because he's got that Titan's Bane. Hasn't gone for Rage, went straight Deathbringer into Titan's Bane, so you have to bring down Moex immediately, but then you've still got to deal with Sayo. But luckily, Sayo was not involved in that fight until too late in the game.
That's right. I mean, he just came in a little bit too over. And I like the fact that Exposed Secrets just took advantage of the position that Walk It Off had. They had good area control. They jumped to the right side. I mean, obviously, they took a lot of damage on Frostiak, but Frostiak ended up surviving. That's the big thing about a lot of these characters, where if you do a lot of damage and they get out, it's just a net loss for you. Obviously, you force that character out of the fight, but you lost a lot of your CC immunity. Left side looks like Mo's going to be split pushing at the same time. We might have a team fight on top of the right tower. It's tier 2 versus tier 2 with a possible team fight here. Walk It Off might come out ahead.
Walk It Off will come out ahead. I mean, they can defend this pretty consistently for the time being. I mean, Zalia's going to have to tank it to really do anything, but he's not very tanky here. He's not tanky. He's going to use the ultimate immediately, and the bucket gets dumped from Sion, but he's getting evaporated. He's focused. Meanwhile, there's the hovering death coming out from Rafa to take out Sion. We're supposed to have Frosty X in trouble, trading with the Thanatos, but the protections coming out from Athena are going to help out. Good ages buying Rafa time, but how much time? Not enough time. Mox is getting the Phoenix while this is going on, though, and this fight is going in favor of Exposed Secrets here, Drybear, in a 4v5, but they lose a Phoenix.
Need a reach, need something to come out there as my game does end up crashing, so please continue on.
I will continue on, it's not a problem. I mean, Phoenix going down on the left-hand side was huge for walking off there. It made that fight all worthwhile. It doesn't matter how many lives you lose. You didn't lose any objectives, and to win this game, you have to get the objectives. So Phoenix going in favor of walking off there means that the left-hand side of the map now is going to continue to spawn fire minions and push them into the Titan. What does that mean? Well, the fire giant then becomes a big issue on the map, because the fire giant is a long distance away from that left-hand lane, and so someone's going to go there and defend it over and over again. Who do you send? Do you send Zalia, who's got all that damage and frontline potential? Do you send Funballer and then hope you can rotate him with Astral Barrages towards the late game? Or do you send I'm Daisy? I mean, I'm Daisy is the only real one that could technically get across the map in time with his ultimate, but then he's not really got the most effective wave clear. So now what you're going to see, with the Fire Giant still down for a few more seconds, you're going to see the Exposed Secrets try and push up this left-hand lane, take some towers down, and try and push these fire minions as deep into their own territory as you can with the minions to make sure it takes a long time for these fire minions to reach the Titan. Only problem with this, though, is the fact that those fire minions will slowly start to build up in this lane, and you won't just have one wave of fire minions on your Titan, you'll have 2 or 3. But right now, Fire Giant's already been started, and we can see that walking off and making short work of it, even with Bumballer split pushing. Fire Giant goes to walk it off, but Zalia's here. Late to the fight, he pops his ultimate, he's trying to chunk people down. Who's he going to get? He's trying to do damage to Zio. He's doing good work, but he's getting hurt so much. Raph is going to use the on-sea death to go to the sky as much as possible. Belly flop on the backside coming out as well. Evaporated. Moex is doing so much work in this fight. Frostiak takes out Rafa, but at what cost is the question? Rama's trying to make it back for his team though and get a Phoenix back. I don't think he's going to get time to get it. Frostiak does go down. He bought some time. Daze is still alive, but the whole team's respawning. Can Rama, can Funballer get the Phoenix to make this a trade? That's almost worthwhile. If he goes down though, I think they'll get more. He does back away in time. Can he continue being chased? That's the question. Fex says he's going to go for it. He uses the threshold to speed himself up. Menu Wave going to slow him down, going to back away. So what happened then? Well, a Fire Giant goes over to walk it off. So the gold and experience, gold is still even. Experience still slightly in favor of walk it off because of the Fire Giant. However, both Phoenixes on the left side have gone down in favor of each team. What does that mean? Well, as the game goes on, what you'll see from the left-hand side of things is that when Exposed Secrets Phoenix respawns, then that lane will start pushing in favor of Exposed Secrets then, because they'll have fire minions and Walk It Off won't. However, with the Fire Giant being on so many members of Walk It Off, they can start looking to pressure other lanes right now. You can see Sao just pushing that left-hand lane in a little bit more, so he's going to get a build-up of fire minions and the expected rotation. However, Fexes gets caught out of position. Luckily, though, he is Giannis, uses a pole to get himself out of trouble as he got some free poke from Funballer. And they're waiting for Rafa to turn back up in the middle lane and going to start looking for a big rotation, probably to the right-hand side or towards the middle to try and get down towers. But Sayo, a little bit overextended there, got to watch himself. Does see the rotation coming in from Zalia. Going to be able to back away for now. Speed buff is available. Might be able to deny this one. Overall, Frez is going to see that one out. They're trying to ward deep and position themselves for a pick. Speed buff's going to be started, but Zalia's in the area with Dazer. I don't think this is a good fight for walking off, honestly. They've got Fire Giant right now. Why are you contesting jungle camps when you could be taking objectives? We'll see what happens. And Moe's going to get caught out. Actually forces aboard him. That's big for the team fight. Look at the disengage from Exposed Secrets there. They get the ball from Moex. They disengage. They don't need to contest again. They'll wait a few seconds for the ball to dissipate and then we'll continue in. Belly flop from Fraser. That's a cooldown, but Rafa is in the sky. Who's he going to look to dunk down on? That's the question. Well, Daisy is the only real target there. Frostek uses Lord of the Afterlife onto the backside and Fex says he uses the portal to get away. Rafa's trying to do work on the backline, but Football is doing so much damage. There's a circle of protection coming down. Evaporation as Frostiak takes out Sayo as well. Spirit Ball does good work onto Shadow Nightmare, but Moex uses the beads and gets the damage back onto him. Funballer goes to the sky, comes back down into a belly bottom, but Moex is paying off right now. He's on a triple. He's not going to get the quadra because Fexes gets the kill, and I think Walking Off should be able to get a Phoenix here. Have they got the damage to end the game?
Ooh, okay. Give me a timer.
Timer 35-32. Left Phoenix does go down again. Frezzy's rotating mid immediately with Moex being there, and Fex says they could try and take this one down. Only Frostiak really here to try and stop them. Moex should make short
41,
work of this with the
42,
Titans babe as
23,
well.
44.
35, 49, 50, 51, 52. Frostiak trying to deal with 3 members with that tether. Going to slow them down. It reduces the amount of damage they do. So trying to slow them down and taking these towers. The middle tower's going to fall for a tier 2 again. Extending the gold lead again.
Wow.
5,000 gold for walking off. 9,000 experience.
So 22 to 30 here at the late stage of this match. Walking off has really shown their true colors. Look at the charts. We're going to see a 5,600 goal lead and 9,300 experience lead here for Walking Off. The Fire Giant is about to respawn here, and this is one of the hardest situations to ever really be in the late stage of a game. Your opposite side of the Fire Giant Phoenix is down, and the Fire Giant is spawning shortly, and you're just coming out of your base. And so it's a tough play to go at. I mean, realistically, they've got about 50 seconds or so, maybe closer to a minute, before this Fire Giant is back up, but you know that Walking Off is going home. They're going to heal up. They're going to get better. They're going to get all their items, stack up everything as a rod. Just got completed on Giannis. He went home and bought a rod just now. Frezzy's almost full build. Fex is almost full build. Everyone else in the team is full build. And so now they have to get out of the base, put some wards down, and try to defend this Fire Giant.
I think Zalia's build is fantastic that he's built right now for the mages on Walking Off. The problem is he's got to deal with, the rest of the team have got to deal with Moex, and they've got to deal with hi-rez and keep them off Zalia, because if Zalia gets hit by them, he is going to evaporate in a matter of seconds. He can deal with the mages no problem with that Stone of Gaia, but the rest of his build is not intuitive to deal with the physical damage dealers coming out from Walking Off. So they've got to watch Zalia, they've got to protect him. Frostiak's doing okay work. His Ancile should be fully stacked by now at least. But he took a long time to get that online. He went for the chins over it first of all. We're starting to reach full build now, guys. So that experience that you can see that's nearly 10,000 is not going to matter that much overall. I mean,
Fire Giant spawning. That's flashing. Oh, Funballer's going home. This could be a really tough situation for their exposed secrets to be in. Of course, Walking Up doesn't have knowledge of the fact that Funballer is not there, but they do have good ward coverage. Traps on the ground. Look at this triple trap Velcro area that it looks like Dave's just going to walk right through with it up in the air.
That forces the
for someone. No
he's
one
gonna
to
go
go for Athena here. Force him away. Shield wall on the ground. Toss going to come out. Funballer's back in the fight. Nothing to be used just yet. Belgian Gods on Frostiak. Frostiak starting on Frezzy. Needs to be careful. The slow's going to come out from Moex.
Oh, Frezzy went in.
Toxic on 4. Going to force him away. Frostiak coming out here. The silence is going to keep him in place. Zalia just got evaporated. Frostiak on top. Looking for Sio. Not going to be able to play. He's by himself. Surrounded. Jumps with it. Ult's going to hit no one. It's going to come out as the board lands on the ground. Funballer dashing away. Shadow Nightmare's going to get jumped on. No, the blink just in time. They're looking for Funballer. Can they find it? Needs to kill on Rapper. Can't find it. Frezzy gonna take out the Phoenix. Could be another
Guys, there's a tower. Guys, there's a tower. You can't take the Phoenix. There's a tower, guys. Guys, there's a tower. Okay, they're gonna go to try and end the Titan. They're gonna try and rush this down. They are very low on HP though. But the circle of protection from Nightmare gets 2. This was an overextension from Walking Off. They didn't think this one through. And with the Phoenixes still being up, I bet this is a turnaround for Exposed Secrets. The Fire Giant's still online. Shadow Nightmare's gonna cut off Frezzy, who's not gonna have the belly flop this time round. Ringo's gonna be enough to bring him down if they can connect them. If they can, come on, kill him. Taunt, anything. There's a portal on the ground for Frezzy. He's trying to buy time. Gonna go down to the Spiral Wall eventually. The amount of time it took to take Frezzy out, though, means they can't chase Vexes, can't chase Rafa. Exposed Secrets hold for now. Their Phoenix is going to spawn soon. They need to get left-hand side immediately, defend that Phoenix from the Fire Minions coming in, wait for the team to respawn. But Exposed Secrets is still in this.
And I'm not. I just crashed.
No problem, my friend. This is like the ultimate challenge today, isn't it? The ultimate challenge of how many games is Drybeck crash. Like, welcome to the solo cast.
I'm running in safe mode right now, so.
Well, it's not very safe, quite clearly. Like,
I'm running in safe mode now, which means
now we're going safe mode, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna see like the size of a god on the screen at this resolution. So
25 to 33 right now. Funball is going to defend the left-hand lane thanks to Athena defending the Phoenix for now. Phoenix is respawn. You can see the Fire Giant Zalia clearing out wards. Oh, they're actually going to try and rush this, are they? Zalia's got the ultimate on from Athena. They're going to try and rush this one down. Zalia's got the damage for it, but they need Frostiak to tank. However, Fex is in the area. That ultimate is wasted. They're going to back out. And that trap mesh that you can see on the floor near where Dazer is right now, just going to clear those ones out. Using that Magi to his advantage, that should come back. Rama going to split push left-hand side. It'll be interesting to see what the Hunters both do here, because they're the ones that are really starting to chunk now. If you check the damage numbers, you can see, though, the top player damage right now for Walk It Off is Artemis on Moix is playing Artemis. Going to have top kills, top gold. Meanwhile, Vermana, Zaylia getting evaporated in these fights, but he's still got top player damage. Funball is going to have to watch his positioning now in this next engagement to start pointing out the damage he has got available to him. I mean, Executioner online, he is at full build. Going to have the Deathbringer as well. Doesn't have Chins, gone for the Executioner, so we'll have to see whether this one works out for him. Hovering Death has been used by Rafa, but no one's in the area for him to pick off. He's actually just circling, looking to see where everybody is. Realizes how far away they are. Realizes how low the Fire Giant's getting. It's going to be close. Frost's going to make a play. Not good enough. Walk it off. Get the Fire Giant. The Spirit Ball comes out, but not going to connect to anyone. Lord of the Afterlife from Frosty. The focus is on Sio. They're trying to burn him down. Zaylia is still alive at the moment, but Moex is wrecking the back line. And he's managed to pick up one. Daisy's getting low as Rafa picks up triple kill for Moex. Is this going to be a quadra? It looks like it will be a quadra kill. Come here, Funballer. Taste the treats that I've got for you, says Artemis. And he immediately pops Sprint. Funballer's like, hell no. I ain't giving you no Penta. This ain't Worlds. You ain't Game Hunter. They're going to push down middle lane, walk it off with the Fire Giant on 4 members. Only Sio fell. They didn't do enough damage to bring down the whole team and took too long to take out Sio. Only Funballer here to defend, and this time walk it off. I don't think they'll make the mistake they did last time of diving in, where Shadow Nightmare nearly got himself a quadra. They're going to take down the left-hand Phoenix as well, so 2 Phoenixes fall. They could look to end, but the wall shots, Moex got so low! Moex got so low from those wall shots overall, and now they're trying to take out the Titan, but Rat Funball is trying to do work. He's creating, he's at full build, he tries to focus Moex, but Fexus hits him with the unstable Vortex, and that's all she wrote for Exposed Secrets in this first game. Walk it off, go 4-0 so far today.
Wow. And here's the thing, right? I mean, Exposed Secrets had a very early start in the beginning. They were able to come back from Walk It Off. That's all they ever did all game long was come back, react to. They weren't driving. They weren't the ones that were actually making the games happen. They weren't making the plays happen. They were basically the ones that were reacting to what Walk It Off was doing, and they were the ones that were the victims of how Walk It Off was dictating the pace. And so it's hard to be able to play from that position because you're looking at Walk It Off and saying, okay, what are you guys going to do next? Instead of them deciding, we're going to do Fire Giant. Now, the Gold Fury was an interesting objective to look at through the whole match because it seemed like there was a lot of forced fights on Gold Fury. It wasn't, let's take Gold Fury. It's more like, let's all 10 of us stand around Gold Fury and see if there's going to be a pick, which kind of favored Walk It Off. I mean, they had the Thanatos Initiation, which is really hard to deal with a lot of characters. I mean, you're looking at characters like Artemis that can follow up with it. You got John Quay as well. So, you know, it's hard to be able to deal with Thanatos coming from above, getting a 1 or 2 man stun with a silence to follow up, then big burst damage on the slow, plus the lifesteal. I mean, they built so well for that fight that I don't think that Exposed Secrets had it in their minds that they had a plan that would work well against what Walk It Off was putting forward.
Honestly, Drybear, that game is a prime example of what the Pro Leagues are going to be all about because that one game went backwards and forwards. You saw early game, mid game transitions from both these teams that went fantastically back again. It was fantastic to see the itemization builds coming out to try and focus the damage dealers in certain areas, but then overall, it came down to the Hunters, and Moex came out on top of that one. I think how much damage did Moex do in the end? Let's have a quick check of that. Moex ended that game on 35,000 player damage. The closest person to him was 29,000 on Sio, and that is on Jean Kui with all that AoE ability. So Moex played that fantastically well. On the other side of the things, 25k did go to Funballer at the end of the game there, but a big 10,000k difference.
Looks like we have an update from the admins. It looks like they Heroes and Zeros didn't have enough players to fill out their match, so we're going to be going over into the next match, which is going to be Agilitas up against Walk It Off. Very surprising here. So it looks like the bottom side of the play-ins with Heroes and Zeros are currently sitting at 0 and 3, are not going to be making it into the list here. So Agilitas currently sitting at 1 and 2, have yet to play today. We've got Walk It Off and Exposed Secrets on the docket and the last match, and so that's going to put Walk It Off at 4 and 0 and Exposed Secrets at 2 and 2. So very high up the charts.
Agilitas at 2 and 2. Exposed Secrets are now at 2 and 2 after that game. Agilitas are going to be at 2 and 2 after the fact that Heroes and Zeros have not been able to field a team. So right now, Exposed Secrets and Agilitas are tied for second position, and it's going to be against Walk It Off that we see Agilitas take on now, and we'll have to see whether Agilitas can try and peak themselves ahead right now to take on Walk It Off and get that small lead of 3-2. We'll be right back though, guys, after this short break as we get ourselves loaded in and hopefully Drybear gets into safe mode.